Hello friends, in this sketchbook video I'm going to be switching things up a little bit. As you probably already know, I've been drawing a lot of dogs recently, but I thought it was time to please those cat lovers and actually draw some cats for once. For this particular spread, I thought it would be fun to draw some black and white cats, as they have a really big contrast between the black and white fur that they have. As I was doing my research for potential references for this spread, I noticed this phrase that kept popping up, a tuxedo cat. And the reason for this was because some of these black and white cats, the way that their markings are on their fur, it replicates that of a tuxedo. Although tuxedo cats aren't a particular breed, in fact they get their name from distinct bicoloured markings on their coats that resemble the tuxedos. However, this doesn't necessarily have to be black and white apparently, which was quite interesting to find out. For this first sketch, I decided to draw this cat who is sitting down, looking longingly at the viewer. For this particular sketch, I used my normal process of doing light guidelines to map out where exactly the cat will sit, and then using those guidelines as a guide to finalise and carve out the cat's shape. As I was drawing, I realised there was something a little bit off about the cat's face. I think I just drew it a little bit too long. So I rubbed it out and I decided to make his face a little bit smaller so his proportions were a little bit more accurate. At this stage I also added a few little details and a few little strokes to represent the whiskers of this cat. I then decided to darken up some of these areas to give a real contrast from the white areas of this cat. I also tried to better define the cat from the background by drawing some more predominant lines, and also adding little patches of light shading to give a more rounded effect on this cat's neck and tummy. For the next cat that I decided to choose, I chose a cat that was at an angle, looking like he's mid-walking and has his eye on something in the distance. This particular reference also really appealed to me as this cat was a lot fluffier than the first one that I drew, so really simplifying these big chunks of fur into block shapes was quite a fun challenge for me. I really enjoyed making this particular sketch. I think the pose was really dynamic, and also I think I captured this cat's personality particularly well. At this stage, all that was left was to define his little fluffy tail and give those little whisker details on his face. For the next cat that I decided to draw, I thought it would be fun to do another walking pose, but this time from the front on. So essentially almost combining the two aspects of my previous drawings to explore a different pose. So I started off with those light guidelines, and then I start to carve away at them to get those final details. I also really enjoyed drawing this cat. I think what it had in contrast to the other two cats was that it had light green eyes, so trying to capture the contrast between the black fur and the eyes was really interesting, and I think it gives it something a little bit different compared to the other drawings. Again, for the dark areas, I decided to just draw the rough shapes of those dark areas and then hatch them in one direction to create a uniform look. The next final details I add to this cat are really defining where the shadows are coming from. So in this particular instance, the shadows are on the right hand side and the light is coming from the left. So I made sure to darken that eye in particular. At this point in my sketchbook, I was liking how the cats were looking, but I thought it was all a little bit too serious, and cats can be really funny at times. So I decided to draw a cat that was making a funny face, as they really can be quite funny creatures at times. I personally really liked how this one turned out. I think it has an illustration style to it, and I think it captures the fun and personality of this particular cat. Overall, I was really happy with how these cats turned out, and it's a welcome addition to my sketchbook series. If you really enjoyed this sketchbook drawing, be sure to let me know, as I've had a lot of fun making it. And if you've missed out on my other sketchbook videos, be sure to check out this playlist.